the term return on engagement is a big buzzword these days, and I think it can mean different things to different people. A theater company is going to get a different return than a Fortune 500 company is on their investment and in social media and in their website and that kind of thing. And so I think the ideal return depends on who you are and what you want to get out of it. And getting that return out of your efforts means putting some strategy in the front end. And, you know, taking a approach to content marketing and providing content that is usable to the people who need it, who are your customers or who are going to donate to your organization or who are going to support your business in some way or another. Having a strategic approach on the front end makes a huge difference on the back end when you're trying to ascertain what kind of return you're getting. If you want to be sure that your efforts are working, you know, make sure you've got something like Google Analytics or Woopra or Compete or Web Trends or whatever tool it is that you want to use on your website. Make sure you've got that so that you can get a really good solid idea of the statistics of people coming to your site, what they're doing, where they're going, how they're interacting with it. Are they using a mobile device to interact with your site, or, you know, et cetera, et cetera. There's a wealth of information you can get from analytics tools. That being said, it's not the magic bullet. You know, you have to interpret the data and how it works for you. And so you can get a really good solid idea of where traffic is coming from. But then you have to figure out whether or not the traffic is coming from the right places and if the people are actually doing what you're hoping that they will do on your own site. And, you know, yeah, sure, it's great if you have 35,000 Twitter followers, but if they're not the right followers, there's no reason to engage them. You know, so the point is to be smart and strategic about everything that you're going to do, and you will figure out that it's whether or not it's working or not, because your conversations will be the right conversations. It won't be a bunch of sales jobs. If you're getting a lot of sales messages and sending a lot of sales messages and it's really kind of a one-way, you know, line of communication, you're really not using these tools to their best advantage. And so if you're really trying to maximize your efforts in them, have real conversations, engage with real people on real topics that you are passionate about and interested in and have a lot to say about, because that level of engagement is going to show. If there were a simple task to get started in digital marketing, it would probably be to outline your goals and ask yourself why you're doing certain things. And don't focus so much specifically on the how. The book covers a lot of how, and so, you know, it's got that in it. But I think, you know, asking yourself why you're going to engage in these endeavors and figuring out, you know, what you want out of them, figuring out what your goals are, and figuring out if your customers are online. If they're not online, if the people that you're trying to reach are not in a specific place online, or if they're not engaging online via Facebook or any of these other tools, then it perhaps doesn't make sense for you to engage in these efforts. So I think first and foremost, the most important takeaway is to find out where the people you need to engage with are, and then outline some goals for working with them.